Hey there, fifth graders. Mr. Pitcher back again, and we are going to talk today briefly about the difference between ties and slurs in our music. Now, you may have seen those lines over notes before. The lines that connect them, and they kind of look like a smiley face or a frowny face. I'm going to draw them for you here. I have a chart, and I'm going to go ahead and draw them for you. So you can see them on quarter notes, you can see them on half notes, any sort of thing. So we've got a smiley face, or they could look like a frowning face. But you've seen them. You know what I'm talking about, right? These guys. So you can have either of those appear in your music, and they are supposed to tell you something. They are supposed to tell you that those notes are connected in some way. Now, when you see that line, flip the camera, there we go. When you see that line, that tells you that those notes, it alters the rhythm of those notes. So the line, and it can be either a tie or a slur, when you see that line, you have to add the value of the two notes together. So when I'm looking at these, right, we know a quarter note gets one beat. We know a quarter note gets one beat. And that line, that curve means to add, so it ends up being a math problem, right? And it's a very simple math problem to start when we do these, right? One beat plus one beat equals two beats, right? So you've got your simple math there. 1 plus 1 equals 2. Now, I talked about ties and slurs, and you may already know this. This could be a review for you. But they are two different things that look the same. When you have a tie, you have two of the same note name that are connected to each other by that line. And so if I had, say, that note that I just showed you was an open D, both first and second note were an open D, you would have a tie. And what that does is that combines the rhythms together, just like we add them together, and then you play a note for as long as it says to combine those two. So quarter note plus quarter note equals half note. If you saw this one, or either of these, right, that would actually equal a half note. So those two can add up to equal a half note. The reason you'd see them tied together like that is in case it happens across a measure line. So it's you say you have a measure of 4/4 time. You don't want to go over 4 beats in that measure because that would break the rules, and you don't want to do that. So you would. And you still want that sound to start on beat 4 and go into the next measure. That's when you would put a tie in there. Now, slurs. Slurs are they look the same, but slurs connect to different notes. So if I had a D going into an E, that would be a slur instead of a tie. Now, to hear the difference, I got my trusty viola right here. Here's a tie. I'm going to tie two quarter note Ds together. First, here's them separate. Adjust my camera here. Here's them slurred. Two quarter note Ds. Here that makes a half note instead of two separate quarter notes. I don't change my bow in the middle of that tie. I count them together. So, one more time. 1, 2. Those are separate. 1, 2. Those are tied. When I have a slur, it's two different notes. Here are two notes separated. I'm going to go D to E. Here are two notes slurred, D to E. Hear the difference? And you can slur up bows too. Right, you can slur either direction. You can even put more than two notes in a slur if you want to. You can put as many as you want. Right, you can keep going like that and just play nuts. As many notes as you want. So, ties and slurs, right? Ties are two of the same note. Slurs are two or more different notes. Ties can also be two or more, excuse me. So yeah, continues the same on a tie, different notes for the slur. In order to practice slurs, one thing that you could do is pick any two notes and go back and forth between them without changing your bow direction. So what I mean by that is taking like D and E like I just did, right? You can practice keeping the finger down like this and keeping the bow moving. You can do sets of 2 at a time. At any speed you want to, you can do sets of 4. You can make any sort of fun noise you want, and then you can even choose different notes. If you want to go from E to F sharp, you can do D, E, F sharp. 4 notes. whatever sounds you like and want to practice, and do it on every single string. Play low notes. You can the more you're making sound and the more you're playing, the more comfortable you get with it, and then the more control you'll have with it. So I just went nuts and made whatever sounds I wanted to, and that's okay. Instruments are supposed to be fun, and they're supposed to be something that you can use to express yourself. So in practicing this technique, I'm going to challenge you to find some sound that you really, really like and that you can play. Who cares if it gets annoying? You can go bother your little sibling with it. You can go bother your parents. Don't tell them I told you that. But, you can play around with it. Have some fun with it. Instruments are fun. And I really want you guys to be able to enjoy that. So I'm going to get out of here for this one. Ties and slurs. Remember, ties are 2 or more of the same. Slurs are 2 or more different. Yeah, keep practicing. Have some fun. I will talk to you later.